So this seems to be the weekend of broken conrod or seized up Briggses. I got this 4-horse model 100 202 1971 January 8th. So it's a 4-horse Briggs. Very similar to a 5, just a little different bore and stroke, and none of the main parts will interchange. But it is seriously seized up. Like, it doesn't try to move. Exhaust valve rotates, intake valve doesn't. So been outside for a number of years, so hopefully the cylinder's okay. But generally what would happen, I mean, I had the air filter on and everything, but if you get buried in snow, you can still get water to come in, then it'll go down the port into the crankcase. So or I guess it could hypothetically some blow into the cylinder, but now it's all dried up. It's you know what, the piston wiggles a little bit, I think, and this is my imagination. So anyway, so I got my work cut out for me on this one. So at least I don't see any holes in the side from busted rods there. So should be good. I've dealt with this engine before in the past, probably 10-12 years ago. The points ignition cut out on it, so I tore it apart and fixed it. He roto-tilled the garden with it a number of times. And at least the carburetor and that's not seized up, so hopefully that's all good. There's no holes rodded in the bottom of the tank or anything. So this, of course, is seized on there, but a little bit of go juice will make that come off of there. So anyway, I will. When it's covered in spiders too. This is after I cleaned it. You can see some of the goodies I pulled off of it there. Set under a pine tree or something. So we'll see what it takes to unseize this engine. Dang spider there. Had a lot of spider nests in it too. Well, started out removing the gas tank and carburetor. And once I got that off, I took another look at it and saw that the intake valve was stuck open. So when it started out, it was kind of sitting like that. So then I sprayed penetrating oil down the intake valve and around the piston, and then I just give a little wiggle and it started to move. So downwards, backwards basically, because the intake valve was trying to open and it wouldn't since it's seized. So I went backwards, and then the engine still didn't really want to rotate very good when it got to a spot, so I sprayed penetrating oil. I took the cover off there, sprayed penetrating fluid in there and on the valve stem, and next thing I know, she turns right over. It turns right over anyways. Here, I'll stop it from rocking. And the cylinder's good too. It's not scored or anything. So anyway, what I'm going to try next, as soon as I get this back under here, I'm going to take my little tiny hammer here and just gently tap on the intake valve. It's all the way closed now. Maybe I don't want to leak all my penetrating fluid out of it if I can help it. Just keep it at a little bit of an angle there. And spray some more in here. Can's almost empty. There it goes. Get her in there to lube things all up. Now, we'll see what happens when I turn it over here. There she goes. Hey, how do you like that? It's opening the intake valve. It's still sticking. Sticks open. But at least we can. So, The way we handle a situation like this is you just keep doing this, gently tapping. Don't hit too hard. There, see, hold itself shut. You don't want to hit too hard, you can bend the valve. That wouldn't be a good thing. Yeah, she's still stuck. Get the exhaust valve open there. I don't want to try to pound it all the way down when it's on the hit the cam lobe. Keep doing this and it'll free up. Then the other thing is to take the keeper and the spring out of it there, and then pull the valve out the top and sand it down, and possibly run a 1/4 inch drill down the hole in the block just to clean the what seizes it is aluminum oxide corrosion on the block. It's not, it can be rust on the valve, but more than likely it's the block. So it's got to be able to rotate too. It doesn't want to rotate. I'll show you there, the exhaust valve, it'll rotate. Yeah, no problem. So keep the penetrating fluid in it there. Shake it around. I got a bunch in the port there. Keep her all lubed up, and eventually it'll unseize. I wouldn't even, hypothetically, I wouldn't even have to take the crankcase cover off it, but I probably will. Who knows if it got water down in there too, but I haven't even drained the oil out of this thing yet. So yeah, looks like since the cylinder's good, it looks like this 71 4-horse could live to run another day. So that's a good outcome.